These were the three rules under the second rule of Mim Sakin. So, and now we're on the third rule of Ghunna, which is Noon Sakin and Tanween. So remember, all the way in the after the chapter of Makhraj, we learned that Noon Sakin and Tanween is the same because they are pronounced the same. So the rule will apply to Noon Sakin, it will be applied to Tanween as well. But before we learn this rule, we have to first know what the letters of the throat are and say it from right to left. Hamzaha, Ainha, Ghain, Kha, and it also goes from the lowest of your throat to the highest. So Hamzaha are from the bottom of the throat, Ain Ha is from the middle of the throat, Ghain Kha is from the top of your throat. So you must know these letters. These are called the letters of the throat because the makhraj of all these letters are from the throat. Within the rules of Noon Sakin and Tanween, there are 5 subcategory rules. The first one is if after Noon Sakin and Tanween any of the letters of the throat come, then there will be no Ghunna. So let's go through this. Here we have a Noon Sakin in the middle of this word, and after it there's a Hamza. So Hamza is one of the letters of the throat, so there will be no Ghunna. This will be pronounced وَيَنْأَوْنَ وَيَنْأَوْنَ. Noon Sakin, after it there's a Ha. Minhum, after the Tanween there's a Ain. See, this by itself is pronounced nan. Qur'anan. After there's a ain, so there will be no ghunna. Qur'anan Arabiyya. After noon sakin there's a ha. وَتَنْحِتُونَ. And then there's a tanween here on the waw mushaddad. And after there's a ghain, so this will be pronounced لَعَفُوٌّ غَفُورٌ. And there's another tanween here. عَلِيمًا خَبِيرًا. Kha is one of the letters of the throat. The second rule is if after noon sakin and tanween the letter ba comes, then the noon sakin and tanween will change into a meme and be read with ghunna. So what does this mean? Let's read it again just for clarity. If after noon sakin and tanween the letter ba comes, then noon sakin and tanween will change into a meme. Okay, let's take this example. وَيُؤْمِن بِاللَّهِ. So what does this mean? Let's go to our drawing. Okay, so here we have وَيُؤْمِن بِاللَّهِ. So this noon sakin changes into a meme. Usually in your mushaf you'll see a little meme over here. So this noon will not even be pronounced. It will be changed into this meme. So this will be pronounced وَيُؤْمِن. It will go up here. وَيُؤْمِن بِاللَّهِ. وَيُؤْمِن بِاللَّهِ. Okay, and the third rule is if after noon sakin or tanween the letters lam or ra come, then noon sakin and tanween will change into a lam or ra completely and be read with no ghunna. What does this mean? For example, let's take this khayran lahum. So this tanween this is a fathatain and this had lahum. So remember, tanween is also the same as noon sakin. So this pronunciation and this pronunciation is exactly the same. Khayran and ran. And it said the noon sakin or tanween will completely be changed into lam or ra if it comes after. So this will not be pronounced at all, and this will be connected to that. So it will be pronounced khayran lahum. The noon is no longer pronounced. Khayran lahum. And the second example is عيشة راضية. عيشة راضية. This tanween, the noon, if it was by itself, it would be pronounced عيشة, but that noon sound is completely gone and it's connected to the ra. عيشة راضية. عيشة راضية. If after Noon Sakin and Tanween the letters Ya, Waw, Mim, or Noon come, Yumin, this is the acronym, then Noon Sakin and Tanween will join into these letters and be read with Ghunna. What does that mean? So the Noon will join with the Ya. So this will sound like وَمَن يَعْمَلْ. The Noon and the Ya are joined together. وَمَن يَعْمَلْ مِن نَاصِرٍ. This is the tanween, this is a meme, so it's one of the letters of yumin. أياما معدودات. There's a tanween and there's a waw after, so نفخة واحدة. نفخة واحدة. There will be ghunna right here because after the tanween there's a waw, which is one of the letters of yumin. And the last rule is if any of the remaining 15 letters appear. So what are the letters we've talked about so far? Rule number 1 were the letters of the throat, which are 6. And then we talked about ba, and then lam and ra, and then ya, waw, mim, and noon. And then you take out alif, and I believe the remaining, if you subtract that from the 20 letters, there are 15 letters left. So if any of the remaining 15 letters appear after Noon Sakin and Tanween, then Noon Sakin and Tanween will be read with a light ghunna called ikhfa. Now, these are the remaining 15 letters. I recommend you just memorize these because when you're reading, you're not going to be doing the process of elimination in your head because you'll be reading faster. You're not going to sit there and think, okay, let's look at this example. You have a noon sakin after a tha. You're not going to go through your head and be like, okay, it's not on all the letters of the throat. It's not ba. It's not yumin. It's not lam Allah. It's just easier to memorize these so you can just go through the list and remember which letter this is. So what is ikhfa? The easiest way to make ikhfa, which is a light ghunna, is to place your tongue close to the gums of your upper front teeth and hide the sound of noon sakin and tanween in the nose. Do not touch the gums nor be too far away. So what does that mean? Let's look at a side view of your mouth. This is your tongue. It should be right up close to your teeth but not touching it. So make sure make sure you don't touch the teeth, but also make sure you are not too far away, right? You have to be right up close. And how will this sound? Let's look at an example. So ta is one of those 15 letters, and we have a noon sakin here. So how would this sound? This would sound like kuntum. Now this is a light ghunna. So if it was a complete ghunna, it would be this example right here. Remember we said it's not like this. It's not kuntum. It's kuntum. At the same time, it's not this either because if you pronounce it like this, it will sound, if you take your tongue too far back into your mouth, it will sound like kuntum. It's not kuntum. And it's not kuntum. It's kuntum. Kuntum. So try to go as close as you can to your teeth. Kuntum. But not touching it. Let's go to these examples. بالأنثى من ذا الذي ليال سويا كلمة سبقت نفس ظلمات من فضل. So there is an exception to this rule, to this ghunna. There are 4 places in the Quran where ghunna will not be made because the letters of ya, waw, after noon sakin, there will be no ghunna because they are in the same word. So for the if you look at all the examples, you mean the noon sakin comes, the ya is in the next word. Noon sakin, the noon is the next word. Tanween, mim is in the next word. Tanween, waw is in the next word. However, here, after noon sakin, the ya is in the same word, so there will be no ghunna. Bunyanun, sinwanun, qinwanun, ad-dunya. So in these four places, in these four examples in the Quran, there will be no ghunna.